Right now, the most catastrophic geological event in modern American history is actively expanding, and it is not stopping at the Florida border. The massive 300-foot sinkholes that swallowed 47 miles of South Florida beaches overnight were not an isolated event. They were the first domino. Because the porous limestone platform that is currently dissolving beneath Miami does not stop at the state line. It stretches continuously northward for 1,200 miles, running directly beneath the entire Atlantic coastal plain, all the way to New Jersey. And right now, every state sitting on top of that ancient dissolving rock is waking up to a terrifying reality. The foundation is hollow, the ocean is rising, and a $2.4 trillion coastal empire is fundamentally compromised. When Coast Guard patrol boats first discovered massive depressions in the seafloor off Deerfield Beach, authorities treated it as a localized emergency, a freak occurrence. But within hours, 23 distinct underwater sinkholes scarred 15 square miles of ocean floor. Ancient black tar from 50,000 years ago forced its way to the surface, and seismic monitors in a state that never experiences earthquakes suddenly registered tremors of magnitude 2.8. It was an unprecedented collapse cascade. But while the cameras focused on displaced tourists and condemned beachfront hotels, researchers at the United States Geological Survey were looking at a map that terrified them far more than the sinkholes in Florida. They were looking at the entire eastern seaboard. Limestone does not care about state lines. The same geological platform caving in beneath the Florida coast extends underneath Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, and beyond. It is an interconnected underground network of ancient rock and massive aquifers, and when you destabilize one section of a connected system, the pressure shifts everywhere. Doctors and researchers at Duke University presented data that alarmed coastal scientists across the country. Florida is not an isolated event. It is creating regional destabilization through interconnected geological systems that cross state boundaries invisibly. Pressure changes deep inside the Florida aquifer are actively altering groundwater flow patterns, hundreds of miles from the original collapse zone. The aquifer system itself extends from southern Alabama all the way to South Carolina, connecting the fates of millions of people who never considered themselves part of the Florida crisis. The early warning signs are no longer warnings. They are documented reality. Georgia sits on the exact same porous limestone. Within days of the Florida collapses, Jekyll Island reported minor subsidence detected in 3 separate locations. Tybee Island recorded unexplained beach erosion accelerating far beyond anything in its historical measurements. The Georgia Department of Natural Resources deployed emergency survey teams to barrier islands, finding conditions that mirror the exact early warning signs Florida ignored for years. In South Carolina, a state whose coastal region is riddled with underground voids, the governor requested immediate federal geological assessment. Along the North Carolina Outer Banks, coastal warning signs that scientists previously dismissed as normal erosion are no longer being dismissed. The domino effect is real, and it is moving north. As this crisis continues to unfold across the entire eastern seaboard, understanding the geological forces beneath our feet has never been more critical. If you want to stay informed on these hidden environmental threats that mainstream headlines often miss, please take a moment to subscribe to the channel, leave a like, and leave a comment on this video to help spread this crucial information to others who might be in the path of these shifting geological zones. What is happening underground right now is moving faster than emergency alerts can keep up with. The human cost is unimaginable, but the economic implications are triggering a quiet panic in the highest levels of global finance. Atlantic coast tourism generates $186 billion annually across the affected states. The real estate values in just 15 coastal counties alone total $2,400 billion in assessed property. We built the most expensive luxury real estate in the world on top of a dissolving sponge. Federal Reserve economists are quietly running scenarios in which the spreading coastal collapse triggers a financial catastrophe that entirely dwarfs the 2008 housing crisis. The insurance industry is not waiting for the ground to fall before they act. Lloyd's of London moved with terrifying speed, reclassifying the entire Atlantic limestone coast as extreme risk and making it essentially uninsurable under traditional coverage models. When the insurance disappears, property values freeze instantly. Citizens, property insurance, the state-backed insurer of last resort, faces insolvency as claims exceed $18 billion in the first week alone. Private carriers began canceling 340,000 policies across coastal counties, citing ground collapse exclusions buried deep in policy fine print that most homeowners never read. Families open their insurance documents and discover their coverage specifically excludes the exact disaster destroying their properties. Coastal real estate sales dropped 91%. Mortgage lenders refuse new loans within 10 miles of any documented sinkhole. $67 billion in assessed property value disappears from tax rolls within 2 weeks. Decades of generational wealth are evaporating because the foundation it was built on is turning to liquid. We treated the East Coast like a permanent, static map. We poured concrete, built luxury high-rises, and laid highways, assuming the ground would always hold the weight. But the ground is fighting a war on two fronts, and it is losing both. Rainwater absorbs carbon dioxide as it falls, forming carbonic acid. That acid combines with saltwater intrusion pushing inland from the rapidly rising ocean. This creates a highly corrosive chemical reaction that literally eats the rock from below. It is a process that normally unfolds over thousands of centuries, but human engineering and climate shifts have accelerated it into a matter of months. We pump the aquifers dry to water golf courses and to supply endless housing developments, creating massive underground voids. Now the ocean is rushing into those voids, dissolving the limestone 40% faster than records from the 20th century. The foundation resembles Swiss cheese, hollowed out and structurally compromised across thousands of square miles beneath people who have no idea what lurks below their feet. Then there are the tremors. The connection between the collapses and the sudden rare earthquakes defies traditional seismology. These are not tectonic plate movements. Something entirely different is occurring beneath the coast. Competing theories emerge among researchers. One theory proposes that the massive weight of collapsing rock creates stress waves that propagate outward through the limestone platform like ripples through still water. Another suggests that water rushing into newly formed underground voids generates pressure. Shocks, powerful enough to register on seismometers miles away. Continuous micro-tremor activity pulses through the ground without stopping, suggesting progressive collapse spreading steadily through interconnected cave systems beneath the surface. And the most terrifying data point of all is that the pattern is moving northward at 3 meters per day. Tremors are registering in Jacksonville 180 miles to the north. Vibrations are felt across state lines. Computer simulations project the worst-case scenario in numbers that nobody wants to say out loud. If multiple cave systems fail simultaneously, models show potential for magnitude 5 earthquakes, tearing through coastal cities that were never engineered to withstand seismic activity of any kind. The political machine is paralyzed while the ground caves in. The formal request submitted to the White House demands $12 billion in federal disaster relief. It is the largest single-state emergency request in history outside of hurricane season. But the congressional battle erupted within hours. Politicians questioned the emergency allocation, arguing that decades of unchecked coastal development created the vulnerabilities that taxpayers are now being asked to fund. Meanwhile, American citizens are losing their homes and livelihoods, while Washington calculates political advantage. The emergency management systems are already stretched to their absolute limits. The Federal Emergency Management Agency deployed thousands of personnel to catastrophic floods just weeks earlier. The administrator delivered a stark warning to Congress, stating they cannot maintain the current operational pace without immediate additional funding. Emergency reserves are depleting at rates the agency has never sustained before. Recovery operations face a grim reality that has absolutely no precedent in American disaster response. When a hurricane hits the coast, the winds eventually die down, the water recedes, and communities rebuild. You can clear the damage and start over. You can rebuild a shattered house. You cannot rebuild the earth it stood on. The sinkholes represent an ongoing continuous geological failure with no identifiable endpoint. Engineers cannot rebuild on ground that continues to collapse beneath the foundations. Insurance cannot cover losses that their policies now specifically exclude. Government cannot fund relief efforts that exceed emergency reserves when the disaster spans 1,200 miles of coastline. The systems that Americans rely on in a crisis are failing all at once. 3 nuclear power plants operate in zones now classified as geologically vulnerable. Military installations supporting Atlantic Fleet operations rest on foundations that may already be compromised. The Port of Savannah, the 3rd busiest in America, was built on rock that actively dissolves. The limestone platform that supported the American East Coast for generations was fragile, always dissolving slowly and silently beneath the surface. The hotels, the highways, the neighborhoods, the dreams, all of it was built on ancient rock that was never as permanent as it appeared beneath the sand. Right now, carbonic acid keeps eating the cavern walls. Cracks keep widening, the ancient material keeps fracturing, and the ground keeps shaking. Scientists are still listening to the sound of rock fracturing underwater. That sound is not getting quieter. The East Coast is built on a foundation that is quietly disappearing. The only question that matters now is how far north the collapse will reach before the ocean finally wins completely.